Two mass shootings a half a world apart, dominating the headlines this morning and reigniting the issue of gun violence here at home. Rhode Island officials said overnight that they were releasing a person of interest in the shooting at Brown University, with evidence now pointing in a different direction. And at Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, 15 individuals were killed with dozens more injured. Investigators have designated it as a terrorist attack designed to target Jewish people. President Donald Trump weighed in on both shootings. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
After a weekend of devastating gun violence from the campus of Brown University in Rhode Island, where 2 people were killed, 9 injured in a classroom.
Rescue 1 just transported 1 victim.
To the shores of Sydney, Australia, with at least 15 people killed, close to 30 in the hospital, in what investigators call an anti-Semitic attack. President Trump weighing in.
To the 9 injured, get well fast, and to the families of those 2 that are no longer with us, I pay my deepest regards and respects from the United States of America.
That as investigators in Rhode Island said overnight they were releasing a person of interest in the Brown shooting.
There was some degree of evidence that pointed to this individual, but that evidence needed to be corroborated and confirmed. That evidence now points in a different direction.
Security video shows a person believed to be the shooter with no clear image of their face as investigators raced to track down the gunman, the mayor of Providence looking to ease the community's fears.
We have not received any credible or specific threats to the Providence community.
While in Australia, police have identified 2 suspects, a father and son, accused of terrorism targeting Jewish people who were celebrating the first day of Hanukkah at Bondi Beach, one of Australia's most popular tourist sites.
What was the most shocking was how long the gunfire lasted.
The 50-year-old suspect fatally shot at the scene, his 24-year-old son in custody and hospitalized with critical injuries, a bystander being hailed a hero for disarming one of the gunmen. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Now 4:37 in Colorado, Governor Jared Polis was recently at Brown University to speak with students, and this morning he's calling the 2 mass shootings sickening. He added, no person ever should have to fear gathering to celebrate the beginning of Hanukkah or any religious gathering. No person should have to fear gathering with classmates to learn. Religious and targeted violence are not normal and can never become normal.